And we are live. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here for round 7 of the 2018 Championship here at the legendary Silverstone circuit. My name is Miran FG. Glad to be in the commentary box once again here at Silverstone. And yes, it is going to be very exciting. We had an incredible Formula 2 race at this circuit yesterday. If you did miss that, you can check that out on our channel. Was just uploaded yesterday, but now we are here for Formula 1 here at Silverstone. So let's go through the circuit before we get stuck in with qualifying then. So the Silverstone circuit, nicknamed the home of British motor racing, first opened in 1948, making this one of the oldest Formula 1 tracks on the calendar, and it also hosted the first ever Formula 1 race in history back in 1950. So this circuit has some history to its name. We've had many different configurations of this track. Corners, both old and new, make up the layout of today, the Arena Grand Prix circuit. And let's go through the details of that layout then. So 5.891 kilometers of this beautiful track, 18 turns, 2 DRS zones, 1 down the Wellington Straight and 1 down the Hangar Straight, and then some notable corners. We've got we have turn, I believe it is, now I don't really know, I think, yeah, turn 9, Cops is a very good overtaking zone. You're gonna see most overtakes there as we see me and Energy approaching Cops actually. This corner, fast right-hander, you're going to see a lot of overtakes here. Then you've got the 2 corners after the Wellington Straight, Brooklands and Luffield. Both flowing corners, they've got very good overtaking opportunities. Then these corners as well, Maggots and Beckett's, legendary couple of corners these. And they provide a lot of strain on the drivers in terms of G-forces and a lot of strains on the car, but it's very fun to drive through. Then the Vale Chicane, as we see for Takuras like going through, good overtaking spot there. So is the corner before it, Stowe, and yeah, that is it about the track of Silverstone. So one thing we should probably announce is, if you remember back to 1 season ago, we had the debut of a new driver here, namely Victor Albom. Obviously he's driven a season now, but with the new British Grand Prix comes a new Formula 1 debutant. We have Kai Cherezhnia stepping up from Formula 2 up to the Force India. So we have a brand new driver in the ACOC main tier, which is something great to see, honestly. And we wish Cherezhnia all the luck as he makes his debut for Force India, the first driver to have stepped up from Formula E all the way up to Formula 1. So we will await eagerly his performance in qualifying. But we have the first few times on the board now. Alexander Arnold fastest out of the bunch, a 1:36.9 with Dennis Groff in second. Can Arnold take his third pole of the 2018 season? We are going to see today here at Silverstone as we have rainy conditions. Rain is pouring down. It hasn't stopped from yesterday. So it is still quite big as... Oh, that is... looked like Kulasek and McIntyre getting a bit too close there. Yellow flags are out, but that has ruined McIntyre's warm-up lap at least. Kulasek still able to carry on, as we are getting sometimes in now. Here's Milan Evji, P8 it is for the Swedish driver. He's had a bit of a habit these last few races in not being able to qualify well. I think it's been a bit of a rough start to the season for him. So I think Ferrari don't seem to be as competitive as they were back in 2017. But nonetheless, I think they can still improve. So we got one driver yet to set a lap time. That was Lewis McIntyre, who did spin off. So I don't think we're going to see a lap time from him at the time being. So it's Alexander Arnold who is fastest at the moment, with teammate Jesper Johansson 6/10 off. So that is a brilliant lap time from Alexander Arnold to put it on to provisional pole at the moment here at Silverstone. Obviously home race for a few drivers. Lewis McIntyre has his home race. So does Mohammed Patel, who won here last year in front of his home crowd. It was a brilliant performance from him that day. He really showed what he was made of. Then we have, I think Rail Patel. I forgot about him. Rail Patel, home race for him as well. So the two Patels and McIntyre in front of the home crowd. We'll see if Mohammed Patel is able to take the win once again in front of his home crowd. But for now, it is the German Mercedes team, 1-2 at the moment, with Alexander Arnold still on provisional pole. Milan Evji's on a lap time. He's P9 at the moment, so he's very far down, just ahead of Balint Jolga in P10. So very nice lap time from the Hungarian. He's going to most likely start from the points as Victor Album goes up into P14. Rail Patel responds with that, takes P14 from Victor Album, as there's Wojtek Kulasek. Did he have a bit of an off there? I thought it might have been me imagining things, but it looked like Kulasek had a bit of an off. Either way, it is only his outlap, so it does not matter. Milan FG still trying to improve. We're going to see Sector 2 time now as he goes through. He is 1.3 off, so it doesn't look to be an improvement for the Swedish driver. Behind him is, I believe, Alfred Klaus. I couldn't quite check, but no, it is Alfred Klaus. So the two Swedes very close to each other in qualifying, but Klaus must be a bit frustrated considering that he is the faster car out on track at the moment, and he's stuck behind a slower car at the moment. Especially with that spray, that's got to impact the drivers in some way or another. As we're going to see Mohammed Patel, he's going to cross the line now. We'll see if it'll be an improvement for the British driver. It is. He goes up into P4. Not enough to challenge the two Mercs, as he's a second off. That is a massive gap to everyone else, as Thomas Mandich puts it up into P8. Will it be another brilliant performance from the young Croatian? We're going to wait and see. Currently sits P8, his teammate down in P18, and here is the rookie Kai Cherezhnia, P17 he is in his first ever qualifying session for Force India. Naturally, it isn't expected I guess much isn't expected by him, considering that it is his first ever qualifying session in Formula 1. But yeah, it came to, I think it was a bit of a shock. It came as a bit of a shock, the news about Cherechnya coming up to Formula 1, and I don't think he was quite prepared for it either, so I guess he hasn't had much time to practice, but here he is on a lap time. Behind him is, I didn't quite catch what it was. I think that is, it's Ruslan, no, it's Ruslan Protsiuk in the Haas, as they head down the Wellington Straight. Cherechnya was, I thought it was 7 tenths off, I didn't quite see. As here goes Wojtek Kulasek on Rahul Patel, that is, I believe. As they go side by side through Stowe. This is a nice little battle, but the Toro Rosso cedes the position. Meanwhile, Ennis Parachki is 6th at the moment, so that is a brilliant time actually from Ennis Parachki. If he does manage to get P6, it'll equal his qualifying best, which was at Bahrain this year, and it's going to be some very good points for McLaren as well. Obviously, Ennis would have scored the P6 had it not been for the crash with Thomas Mandic at the start, which was through no fault of his own. Well, Wojtek Kulasek did set an improvement up in the P17. That knocks the young Polish Kai Cherechnya down to P18. He's going to cross the line though, so we'll see what it will be for the debutant in the Force India as he crosses the line and goes P17. So he reclaims that P17 from Kulasek. But he has another lap to go as well, or this might be an in lap actually for Cherechnya. Here's Alfred Klaus in P7 at the moment. No major improvements up at the top 10. We haven't seen any big types come in except Mohamed Patel up to P4. But Alexander Arnold has remained on pole for quite a while, as Wojtek Kulasek 8 tenths off in sector 2 there. This could be an improvement for the Venom driver. It could bring him up to the top 10 even, as Miran Evji still struggling to get to grips in the rain, as it was an in lap for Kulasek. So he's coming into the pit lane. Jesper Johansson did he set an improvement? I don't know, but he's not gone faster. Sorry, what am I saying? He's not gone up any positions, so he's gonna go out and push for another lap to try and dethrone his Mercedes teammate for pole. Miran Evji trying to get into the top 6 then. He's had a bit of lackluster performances in qualifying these last few races. So has Alfred Klaus. Well, not as bad as Evji, but not very good either. But what Klaus lacks in qualifying, he makes up for in the race. He beautifully demonstrated that in Spain. As here's Rahul Patel, behind him is Balin Jogda, and behind those two is Dennis Graf. So Graf came out at the worst time possible because he's now stuck behind 2 slower cars as he tries to have a look on the outside of Jolga, but this is going to be frustrating for the world champion because he's now stuck behind the 2 Toro Rossos, and that is going to impair his laps quite a lot. So I think the best decision would be maybe to come into the pit lane again. So your top 10 at the moment, with 6 minutes to go in qualifying, is Alexander Arnold on pole, then it's Johansson, Graf, Mohamed Patel, Gamba, Parachki, Klaus, Mandic, Protsiuk and Evji. Well, Gamba, as he usually does, another good qualifying performance from him. He's doing very, very well in that Force India. He's able to get the most out of it. So he has gone up to speed with that Force India. As here's Alfred Klaus. There you could just see Kai Shrezhnia coming into the pit lane. But we're going to see if it will be an improvement for the Swede as he crosses the final corner. And we're going to see what it will be for Alfred Klaus. And it is an improvement. He goes a 10th. He's only a 10th off Alexander Arnold for pole. So Klaus just missing out. But he's got himself up to the front row, Klaus. And splits the two Mercedes apart at the top. Meanwhile, here's Rail Patel still on a lap as he heads through Luffield. There you can see Dennis Graf. Unlucky Graf still stuck behind those two. Don't know why he's not coming to the pit lane. As Milka Singh's now going to start his lap, the man in last place at the moment. So Lewis McIntyre has not been able to go out again, which means that the two Saubers will start last as Linus Timell goes up into P8. Good lap time from the Swede in the McLaren. But to P8 he goes. Ruslan Protsik had an improvement as well, but he stays P10 for now. Alexander Arnold not looking to go any faster than he already has. But we're going to see Rail Patel as he crosses the line. Goes up one position, up into P13, just behind his Toro Rosso teammate Balin Jolga with Miran FG in P11. It's got to be a bit shameful for him. A Ferrari outside of the points. He's not been able to set any improvement whatsoever. He's 1.3 seconds off the pole time as Wojtek Kulasek finds some improvement, goes up at P13. Alexander Arnold is stuck behind Milka Singh there. So Arnold has a bit of trouble. As you can see, he's losing a lot of time. 1.1 of his own time in Sector 2, but he's going to go for the move now on Milka Singh on the inside. And I think Singh won't hold him up too much as, yes, Arnold gets past. So Arnold's going to have a bit of free air. But as I say that, I see the Williams there up ahead. So Arnold might have still a bit issues with pushing as Timel comes into the pits. Was a very good lap time for him. As Mohammed Patel goes up into P3. The British driver up into third, can't quite match the qualifying performance that he had last year, but it's still going to be good with a podium nonetheless. Both Red Bulls second and third, splitting apart the Mercedes as P7 and P8 is currently two McLaren, so they finished P9 and P10 last race, so we'll see if it'll get any better for the McLarens. Miran Energy here we're seeing coming through Cops. Now on to Maggots and Beckett. We're gonna see his Sector 1 time as he's approaching the hangar straight. We're gonna see if the Swede will be able to set any improvement, but he looks to be struggling in the rain quite a lot. But we're gonna see now 0.5, so apologies. We could see an improvement for the Swede with 2 minutes to go in qualifying. Sorry, I think I'm getting a bit sick. But we're going to see FG as he goes through the final corner. We're going to see if it will be an improvement for Miran FG as he crosses the line. And it is an improvement. Goes up into 6th. So that is the improvement that he needed. His teammate Dennis Graf 5th at the moment. We've got a few drivers though with 1 minute 20 in qualifying. Both Red Bulls, Johansson and Johansson, are in the pit lane, so they can't go out for runs. Meaning that the only 3 drivers to be able to contest for pole are Arnold, Graf and FG. So we could We could see Groff. We could see maybe Dennis Groff being able to challenge for pole. We don't know how much Miran Evji can extract further out of that car at the moment. As Victor Albom goes up into P14, the Danish driver. Dennis Groff is going to start his lap now. So we'll see what time it will be for the world champion if he can dethrone Alexander Arnold off his third pole position this season. Miran Evji has got, I believe that's Kai Cherezhnia. He's got the rookie Kai Cherezhnia behind, in front of him. So this is really not good for Evji. But I think Cherezhnia won't hold him up too much, as they're going to go side by side into Stowe. The question is now, is Evji going to have enough time to start a new lap? Cherezhnia lets him go. Into the Vale chicane they go. And it's going to be really, really tight for Evji, as there's about 8 seconds to go in qualifying. But Evji has just, I think, barely managed to get a lap time in. And yes, he does, with 3 seconds to go. That is a very, very close margin, but he's going to start his lap now. So the checkered flag is now out, ready for 9 cars to cross the line. Dennis Groff's on a lap. Realistically, it's only him and Evji now that can challenge for pole. Arnold's into the pit lane, so he can improve. We're gonna watch Dennis Groff though, sector 2 time. 9/10 off, so I don't think it's gonna be the pole for Dennis Groff. I think Alexander Arnold might have it. Evji is 3/10 off. Realistically, he could get up into 4th. But I don't think it is going to be an improvement for the Swedish driver. I think it's going to be the 3rd pole for Alexander Arnold here at Silverstone. So we're going to see now as here's Linus Timell. He's the first car to cross the line. We're going to see what it will be for him. There's someone behind him as well. Though I don't know who that is. We can see Timell as he crosses the line. Will it be an improvement for the Swede? No, it won't. Neither is for the car behind him. Protsic does improve though, but he can't. He only manages P11. Sorry, only manages P11. We're gonna watch Miran Evji though. It will be an improvement for him. His teammate Dennis Groff has not been able to improve. So Groff can take pole, he stays P5, but Evji still has a shot at taking pole. We're going to see as he heads through the final corner. There's Kai Cherezhnia behind him. We're going to see if Evji can take pole as he crosses the line. No, he can't. He can't improve. Neither can Kai Cherezhnia. That means that Alexander Arnold is on pole position here at Britain. So let's go through the starting grid then before lights out here at Silverstone. So it's Alexander Arnold who takes a 3rd career pole with Mercedes, and it's the 2 Red Bulls of Alfred Klaus, Mohamed Patel 2nd and 3rd, and Jesper Johansson is in 4th. Then on the 3rd row we have Dennis Groff and Miran Evji, the 2 Ferraris. Bit of a lackluster qualifying for both of them, with Franco Gamba in P7, and then the 2 McLarens of Enis Pratsky and Linus Timell in P8 and P9 respectively, with Tomas Mandic rounding out the points. Then it's Ruslan Protsic in P11 and Balak Jolga P12, Wojtek Kodasek P13 with Viktor Albom P14, Rail Patel is P15 with Josef Fredrik Suto P16, and behind Suto is his Serbian teammate Lavazas Nishkai with rookie Kai Cherezhnia P18, and then the 2 Saubers P19 and Lewis McIntyre P20 after the crash in qualifying he had with Wojtek Kodasek. So let's get ready for lights out then here at Silverstone. 26 laps await us. There's the beautiful ACOC safety car, but it's Arnold on pole, but we'll be able to keep that into turn 1. We're gonna see now as the lights are out and we're underway here at Silverstone. Arnold getting away very, very well then. I think the 2 Red Bulls are already side by side coming into Abbey, and oh, there's contact, and the 2 I think that's Johansson and Klaus are off, and it's a very seems to be a big pile up, but I think everyone's still able to continue. But Alfred Klaus up in the 2nd. It was Mohamed Patel went off. Mohamed Patel and Johansson, Jesper Johansson, the championship leader, is out of the race. And that could have massive implications for the championship battle, as the Swedish driver out at turn 1 after contact with Mohamed Patel. Alfred Klaus up in the 2nd. Miran FG up at the third. Here's Singh and Zasnishka dueling. Mr. Singh's got up to P17. Cherezhny up to P16 after all that chaos. Meanwhile, here's Balin Jolga. And there is, I think, Josef Suto, who's up at the P13. Victor Album's up at the P12. He's had a very good start. As there is Suto and Kulasek going side by side into Cops. That was a very good battle between the two. As the rain is still pouring down here at Silverstone. Suto and Jolga, no, that's Album and Jolga side by side. Jolga's held the P11 at the moment, but Album's under pressure from Josef Erik Suto behind. Meanwhile, Lewis McIntyre is going to lob on Zasnishka for P18. But is he still going to be able to keep that? Zasnishka is going to line up alongside him, heading into Stowe. Zasnishka on the inside. Can he get it? As they're going to go side by side into Stowe. Zasnishka trying not to be last here at it. I think he's got him into the Vale chicane, though they're still side by side. McIntyre going a bit over the curve, and I think that's what Zasnishka to get past for P18. So big, nice little battle between the two. As Kulasek now under pressure from Rail Patel. Let's see the progress after the first lap. FG's up 3 positions. Mohamed Patel down 3. Josef Erik Suto is up 3. Album up 2. Jolka up 1. Parachki is up 3. Parachki is up to P5. Timel's up 2 as well. Also very, very good start from McLaren's. Protzik's up 2. Album up 2 as well. Suto up 3. Cherezhny up 2. Singh up 2. And McIntyre's up 1 due to Johansson DNFing. But with the DNF of Jesper Johansson, that could have massive implications for the championship, because that has put the championship leader out of the race. So that 3-point deficit, that we might see Miran Evci taking the lead of the championship actually. Now heading into Silverstone. We're heading into the next race, should I say. As here is Wojtek Kulasek trying to get Josef Erik Suto for P15, but he's got Ray Patel behind him. Who's going to look to make the move very shortly. Only 4/10 separate the two cars. I think Patel might be closing in. We're going to see if he's close enough to make the move now. No, he isn't. So he might try it into the Wellington straight next lap. Now it's lap 3 of 26. Dennis Groff has set the fastest lap, a 1:40.3. But the rain only looks like going worse from qualifying, so the conditions look to be a bit more difficult to maintain. Alexander Arnold, though, has Alfred Klaus to deal with, as Mohamed Patel is trying to hunt down Enis Parachki for P5. Parachki is in a bit of a tough spot at the moment, because he's P5. He's not gaining on anyone ahead of him due to the machinery that he is in. He's only got Mohamed Patel in a much faster car ahead of him. So we'll see if Patel is able to catch Parachki. But Linus Timel is actually doing pretty well in keeping up with Mohamed Patel. As Alfred Klaus, it looks to be closing in on Alexander Arnold. Will Arnold have the win this time? Will he be able to convert it into a win? Or is Alfred Klaus going to be able to take his... I believe it is his fourth win of his career. We're gonna see as he's getting very close to the rear of that Mercedes, Klaus. But we'll see if he is able to. Tomas Mandic is closing in on Ruslan Protic. We could see a move from Mandic. Obviously, he's won here in Formula 2 back in 2017. As look at this, Alexander Arnold is, I think he might be a bit off the pace, because there is a train from behind him, because not only is Klaus behind, but it's FG and Graf. So this could turn into a 4-way battle for the lead. That is going to be very, very spicy indeed. As Klaus trying to close up, you can see these cars heading through the rain. Quite a lot of spray as Mohamed Patel all over the back of that McLaren. But Patel has to clear Parachki, because obviously Ennis can't do any catching up. because he's 4.4 or he's 4.2 seconds behind Graf in P4. So the more Patel stays behind Parachi, the more time he's losing due to the difference in machinery. Klaus looks to close in on Arnold. He's gained by about 1/10 of a second. Arnold's gonna have to watch out now, as they're gonna head down the hangar straight. Klaus is gonna want to hope for the best exit out of Chapel now, as we're gonna see as they head down the hangar straight. Klaus, it looks to be gaining a bit, but is he close enough to make the move? That Mercedes engine obviously a bit better down the straight, so Klaus has that as a bit of an issue. As there's Franco Gamba. There's Franco Gamba trying to move on Linus Timel on the inside of Stowe. Timel defending valiantly, but can he stop Franco from getting past? And unfortunately he can't. But no, he's going to try to Veil actually. No, he can't either. But that sees Franco Gamba up into P7. Good move from the Italian driver. I expect no less from him. And that sees Linus Timel down to P8. Still in the points though, so it'll be a good finishing spot for Timel if he does finish P8. Look at that, Mohamed Patel all over the back of Ennis Pratchett trying to find a way past. It's got to be frustrating for the British driver. He obviously won here last year, so it's a bit of a pain being stuck behind a slower car. Meanwhile, here is Victor Albom. He's looking to get past the Hungarian of Balancjolga. Obviously Albom here at Silverstone, marking his 1 season anniversary. He made his debut here in Formula 1 last year. As Alfred Klaus, he's still very, very close to Alexander Arnold. I think there's definitely going to be a move there. Klaus being patient here and trying to wait for the best opportunity to strike. That is the calm and collected Alfred Klaus as we know him. You can see now though, heading into the hangar straight once again, if Alfred Klaus is able to take on Alexander Arnold on the straight. Doesn't look like it. That Mercedes engine doing very well, but you gotta watch out for the Ferrari behind, because that thing is a beast down the straights. So Klaus is gonna have to watch out for FG. As here's Thomas Mandic. Is he gonna try the move on Ruslan Protsiuk? I don't know, but there is Mohamed Patel finally getting past Ennis Parachi, and Parachi can't really do much to defend there in his McLaren, but that's his Parachi down to P6. Either way, that's going to be a very good result for Ennis Parachi. That's going to be his career best finishing result, so I think he's going to be quite delighted with that still. As Alfred Klaus he had a bit of a look there on the inside, but I think he got a bit offline there. He did, and that's going to allow FG to line up alongside the Swedish Red Bull driver, as FG tries to go on the inside into Luffield now. Now Klaus has the inside, but is FG still going to be able to hold on as they go side by side in the rain? FG can't do it. He stays P3. So Klaus remains P2, but that's good for Arnold, because that's allowed him to catch up. As look at that, there's the two Ferrari drivers going side by side into Stowe. Graf backs out though, not wanting to hold up his Ferrari teammate. But FG's lost time. He's lost a lot of time to Klaus. He's now 8/10 off. As I think Josef Fredrik Suto got past Wojtek Kulasek for P13. So that sees the Slovakian up into 13th place then. As Klaus looks to fade away a bit from Alexander Arnold. Linus Timel in the meanwhile is catching Franco Gamba surprisingly. So you could see a move there, as we are seeing a move now. Here's Kulasek trying to get past Suto once again, as there's a bit further dueling down the back as well. Lamazas Nishkai and Milka Singh are dueling, as here is Josef Suto getting past Wojtek Kulasek, as Kulasek's been compromised. Oh, and there's contact, and that is Rail Patel going off. Rail Patel off after contact with Milka Singh, that was. Or was it Suto? I think it was Suto he had contact with, but that is Rail Patel the second retirement of this race out at his home race. That's a big shame for the British driver, as that's the second retirement of the session. Alfred Klaus, though, the yellow flags are not going to stop him because he's still trying to hunt down Alex Arnold for the race lead. Linus Timell trying to get back that P7 that Franco Gamba took from him. Gamba obviously has driven here in F1. Timell only in F2. So Gamba has the experience here, but Timell not so much. As Zasnishkai now closing in on the rookie Kai Cherezhnia. Cherezhnia in P15 at the moment. He's got up two places on the start, so that is at least something to write home about. As the leading pair heads through the Hamilton straight now into turn 1 Abbey. Klaus not able to make the move yet. He's still on the back, putting all that pressure on Alexander Arnold. Klaus hunting for his 4th win, and Arnold trying to hunt for his 1st win. So it is quite a battle we have here, as there's a battle forming here as well. Franco Gamba trying to hold off Linus Timell in the McLaren. Timell trying to catch up, but he can't really do much. Here's Kai Cherezhnia in the meanwhile, trying to hold off Laban Zasnishkai. So Cherezhnia doing his best in his first ever race for Force India. Obviously, I don't think anyone's expecting him to perform in the top 10 with his teammates. Obviously, that Force India is a bit up and down the field. We've seen that. As Laban Zasnishkai trying to hunt down the rookie. Meanwhile, here's Miran Evji trying to get Alfred Klaus as well. He's gonna want. FG wants that P2. He's gonna want to have a shot at the lead as well, but we'll see if Klaus is willing to give him that chance. So here we see Wojtek Kulasek. He's gonna get Josef Erik Suto this time. We're gonna see as Kulasek's gonna be on the inside now, coming into Stowe, but he can't quite hang on there as Suto keeps P13. Kulasek is throwing everything he has on Josef Erik Suto now, as he tries it once again into Vale, but it's not working. So that's Suto in P13, as Mohammed Patel has now caught up to this train. It's a bit like seeing a safety car formation, isn't it? It's very, very strange, but I don't know if we will see any overtaking though. But for now, we could focus on this battle, as here is Suto and Kulasek. Kulasek's gonna try it once again on Suto, but will he succeed this time? Coming into Brooklands and Luffield. Suto on the outside into Brooklands, but he has the inside into Luffield now, and that is the better line, as I think Laban Zasnishkai tried to move, but oh, look at that! Kulasek's actually gone wide, and that has allowed Suto to remain ahead. So in a bit of an error from Wojtek Kulasek, he's gone down to P14, and as a result has increased the gap up to Josef Fredrik Suto. Meanwhile, here is Kai Cherezhnia still trying to hold off Laban Zasnishkai. Obviously both former Formula 2 drivers, never competed in the same season. As Zasnishkai is gonna try it now. No, he doesn't. Cherezhnia is a bit too far away for Zasnishkai to try the move, as they head into the Vale chicane. Zasnishkai obviously scored points in that Williams back in Spain. Now he sits in P16, but he has demonstrated that he can outpace that machinery on a few occasions. As here is Franco Gamba a bit further up the field. Linus Timel is still trying to get him, but he can't quite do much. Not down the straight, at least. That Mercedes engine is much better than the Renault power plant in the McLaren. As Miran FG in P3, falling back a bit from Manfred Klaus, but he can't really do much. As they head through Maggots and Beckett's. Lovely couple of corners these. Can't do much though, he's not closing in. Neither is Alfred Klaus. And I actually think he's made a mistake, because that gap is up to 8 tenths now. So either Arnold just found pace out of nowhere, or Klaus made a mistake of some sort. But Mohamed Patel is all over the back of Dennis Groff now. So we could see Mohamed Patel trying a move. But here is someone that is already trying a move. That is Tomas Mandic on Ruslan Protsik, but can't quite do it. He's not close enough. Will he have a shot into the Vale chicane though? He's got to try it. But will he succeed as they head into the Vale chicane? But Protsik remains ahead as Malic trying to close in on Protsik, but Balanjolga is behind them, so we could see a move there. Dennis Groff seems to be a bit off the pace meanwhile. He's a second off his teammate. Oh, look at that. There is Tomas Mandic. Mandic is defending from, or he's overtaking Ruslan Protsik for P9, and he's ahead. And look at that, there's Balanjolga. He's going to try getting into the points as well. But Protsik closes the door, leaves it open though, as here comes Balanjolga trying to go around the outside on Luffield. Can't quite do it. As Protsik remains P4. There's Victor Albom. Albom up into 11th now. As I think Jolga went a bit wide. Albom saw the opportunity, said thank you very much, and went up into P11. Very opportunistic move from the Danish driver. He's up into 11th now. Mohamed Patel, meanwhile, is he close enough to try the move on Dennis Groff? I don't think he is. He's very close though, so he could try the move into Vale, to be fair. As Kudasek trying to overtake Josef Erik Suto. Kudasek giving it his all to try and get Suto now as they head down the hanger straight into Stone now. Kudasek is going to be on the inside. Can Suto defend? As they go side by side now into the Vale chicane. No, Kudasek's ahead. Wojtek Kudasek is finally ahead after all that battling. He has gotten ahead of the Williams. So that sees the Czech driver up into P13 then. As the battle for P4 still rages on, Mohamed Patel trying to get back up into the positions he lost at the start after the collision with Jesper Johansson. Obviously his home race, so his home crowd is cheering him on. That should give him a bit of a boost. As we see the position gains at the moment. Arnold and Klaus haven't gained any positions. Miran FG is up 3 places though, so a bit of an unexpected podium. Kai Chereshny is up 3 as well, so he is the biggest gainer alongside Miran FG. Kulasek is back up into where he started. Albom's up 1, Protsik's up 1 as well, so he's into the points. Mandic and Timel up 1, Parachki's up 2. As here we see Dennis Groff. Is Patel close enough to try the move this time? We're gonna see, as it doesn't look to be. So yeah, Patel cannot try the move, but it does look faster down the straight though than Groff. So I think Groff is just a bit off the pace at the moment. As Tomas Mandic is now all over the back of Linus Timel. Mandic is driving a very good race. At the moment he's on the back of Timel, who is trying to get Gamba, so this could be a 2-1 for Tomas Mandic. that we're gonna see as this Mohamed Patel. Is he trying to set himself up for a move? Who knows? But they're gonna head down the Wellington Straight now. This is gonna be prime opportunity for Mohamed Patel to try to move on Dennis Groff. As he's closing, he's lying up alongside the German. On the inside now to Brooklands. Can Groff hold on? As they're gonna go into Luffield now. Patel can make the move stick. As I think, no, he can't. So Groff remains P4, but it was a good attempt from Mohamed Patel. So the pair remain in their original positions. As Ruslan Protsiuk trying to get Thomas Mandic, but his efforts are unsuccessful. That allowed his teammate Victor Albom to close in. So two Hasses could be having a battle for points later. Meanwhile, here is Milka Singh. Labans Nishka has been trying to catch Kai Trezhnia, but to no avail. We can see if Thomas Mandic though is able to get Linus Timell. Both have the same power unit, remember, so they're gonna have the same leverage down the straight. But Mandic, is he actually close enough to try to move in Timell? Yes, he is, as it lines up alongside the Swede. No, goes to the inside. That was unexpected. Into Stowe, as Albom's trying it on his Russian teammate as well. But Mandic, can he get Timell to go side by side into... No, they don't go side by side. Mandic is already ahead, so he is up into P8. No, he's driving a very good race, Thomas Mandic, as Timell is down to P9 now. Mandic up into 8th place. Mohamed Patel then further up the field, trying to catch Dennis Groff, trying to make the overtake, but we're unsure if he's still able to make the move. Patel now heading through Luffield. Looks to be falling back a bit, but not by a lot. I think he could still close that gap to Groff, but one person who doesn't seem to be able to close the gap is Miran Evji, 1.8 off Klaus. Klaus himself doesn't look to be gaining on Alexander Arnold either, so we could see, as there was a slide from Patel, but luckily he caught that. Well, what I wanted to say was Alfred Klaus is a second behind Alexander Arnold, so that means that we couldn't see a move from Klaus, but we can see a move from Mohamed Patel as he goes on the inside to Stowe. Will he be able to make it this time, as he forces Groff all the way out and gets ahead of Dennis Groff? Very, very good move from Mohamed Patel. That's easy to put it up at the P4. But now this is the battle for points. Victor Albom on the inside into Stowe as well. Can he get it? Can Albom get points? As they're gonna go side by side, and Albom's ahead as well. So Victor Albom into the points now. Fancy overtaking by Albom. He's done this race, overtaking Jolga and Protsiuk now. So Albom is doing quite well, but Klaus doesn't seem to be catching Alexander Arnold. So we could see a move. We could see a first win for Alexander Arnold this season. Finally, after what has been 3 pole positions. No, 2 pole positions. What has been 2 pole positions without a race win. He's gonna third. Okay, now I can't speak. What has been 2 poles without a race win. His third might turn into their win. Third time's the charm, as they say. As Laban Zasnishka trying to get Kai Cherezhnia, but Cherezhnia is holding on quite well, actually. As the man from Poland in P15 at the moment. First ever Polish driver in the ACOC main tier. First driver to have advanced through 3 tiers to come to Formula 1 as well. So he's done very well to get here, Cherezhnia, and if he will keep that seat for the rest of the season, we will see. As Sosnishka looks to be close enough to try the move as Cherezhnia now. Cherezhnia is going to try to hold it on the outside. The man in his first race. Can he hold on enough? No, he can't. As Sosnishka had no, actually. They're still side by side into the Veil Chicane. As Sosnishka is ahead though. Not much Cherezhnia could do. As Sosnishka goes up into P15 now. Cherezhnia is knocked down to P16. He's now got Milka Singh behind him. So that's his Sosnishka in 15th place at the moment, behind his teammate Josef Fredrik Suto, but I don't think he's going to be able to close the gap now. Well, we got 10 laps remaining in this British Grand Prix, so I think that could still be a possibility. As Cherezhnia is actually trying to get Sosnishka again, but I don't think he's able to close the gap. Yeah, in fact, that gap is just getting bigger, so I think Cherezhnia is going to remain P16 unless something should happen to Sosnishka or someone else ahead. Tomas Mandic though, he's cleared Ruslan Protyuk, he's cleared Linus Mell, now puts Franco Gamba in his sights. 7/10 off the Italian at the moment. Obviously that Force India car is doing quite good. And Gamba is very, very quick. He has some more experience as well than Mandic. As Milka Singh is now trying to get Kai Cherezhnia. Mandic though doesn't look to make any big gains on Gamba, where he has actually by a 10th of a second, but the gaps do tend to fluctuate a bit, so that could go up or down depending. Mama Patel is on pretty good pace as well. He's caught up to Mir and FG already, so Patel could get up to the podium positions again. As Ruslan Protyuk, Mohamed Patel is trying to get Miran FG for P3. That gap is closing and closing, so FG's gonna have to watch out for Patel behind. He's doing a pretty good recovery drive though, the British driver, in front of his home crowd. So we're gonna see now, coming down the hangar straight. Is Patel close enough to make the move already? We're gonna see. No, he isn't. FG remains ahead. They head into the Veil Chicane. FG trying to make that Ferrari car as wide as humanly possible to try and defend from Mohamed Patel. As they head into Cops now. Milka Singh though, he is looking very close to Kai Cherezhnia, so we could see a move there as well. Maybe not the debut Cherezhnia wanted, but it's still acceptable enough, I'd suppose. Still has the merits for Formula 2. Obviously he's never driven a Formula 1 car in the rain at this speed, so I think you can excuse him for this performance. But now we're gonna see FG and Patel heading down the Hamilton Straight into turn 1. FG still remaining ahead, but Patel is so incredibly close that I think he's gonna have a very good shot coming down the hangar straight now. We're gonna see as they go down the hangar straight now after Chapel. We're gonna see as Patel is closing in now. I think he's gonna try the move. Actually, he is close enough. Yes, he does. He's gonna line up alongside the Swedish driver on the inside into Stowe. Can Patel take it as he goes on the inside? Will Patel get P3? And I think he has. Yes, he has. Mohamed Patel is up into third. What an incredible recovery drive from this man at his home race. Miran FG's down to P4. and Mohammed Patel is up into third. Incredible stuff from this man. As we can see the lap times there, Alexander Arnold is lapping 8/10 faster than Alexander Arnold. As Laban Sasnishkai has already caught up to his teammate Josef Fredrik Suto, so the two Williamses might have a nice little duel for P14. Could see that happening in the next lap even. So we're gonna see now as they head through. Also, I just realized I made a mistake when I said that Patel and Evji headed down the Hamilton straight. That was incorrect. That was the paddock start-finish rate. So apologies for that, but shouldn't affect anything too much. As we're gonna see Laban Sasnishkai, the Serbian, now coming on to the Wellington straight, trying to catch his Slovakian teammate Josef Fredrik Suto. Though he's not close enough to make the move yet. As we see the position changes, everyone, all the gainers are up 2 except Victor Album was up 4. So Album is doing very well from P14 to P10. Still gonna be a very nice drive for him at the circuit where he made his Formula 1 debut. As we have yet another spam bot in chat. I don't know why they keep appearing, but I guess the spam bots love the ACOC, so at least we got some supporters, huh? But back to the racing then. Lap 20 of 26. Wojtek Kulasek looks to be able to close in on the Balin Jolga, so I could see a move there. Same goes for these two boys here. Sasnishkai and Suto could swap places. And we've got a bit of a train forming here behind Enis Parachki. So Franco Gamba could make the move on Parachki for P6, but Tomas Mandic could get them both as well. So we're gonna see now as they head down the Wellington straight. Is anyone gonna be able to make a move on anyone? No, not yet. As Mandic has closed the gap on Franco Gamba. So we could see a move there very shortly. As all of the three head down Copse and into Magnet and Beckett's. None of them close enough to make a move, but Mandic is very close to the rear of that Force India car. Albert Klaus though, 2.2 off Alexander Arnold, so I think this finally might be the win for Alexander Arnold. But Mohammed Patel has actually caught up to Albert Klaus, so could we see Patel taking P2 even? There is Wojtek Kulasek trying the move on Balin Jolga as they go side by side. No, never mind, they don't go side by side, but Wojtek Kulasek is up into 12th. So Kulasek is making improvements here at Silverstone, as he now has Ruslan Protsiuk ahead of him. As Tomas Mandic can't get Franco Gamba down the straight. That Mercedes power unit proving to be a bit more effective than the Renault power unit. Dennis Graf, however, he's caught up to his teammate Miran Evji, so we could see the Ferrari swap places as well. As we see them heading through Magnus and Beckett. Graf gaining a tiny bit on his teammate, but is he close enough to make the move? Heading into the hangar straight now. We are gonna see if he is close enough to make the move into Stowe. No, he isn't. So he might try it next lap actually on Miran Evji. Evji's not been having the greatest weekend has it so far, has he? Went up to P3 and then he lost P3 to Patel. Now he stands at risk of losing P4 to Dennis Graf. As the two Ferraris head down Copse. No moves for Graf, but he might have a good shot at doing it down the Wellington Straight. We're gonna see now as they head through Village and Aintree onto the Wellington Straight. Graf, is he close enough to FG? No, he isn't yet. But he's gonna want to clear FG as soon as possible because FG is 5.4 behind Patel. So he wants to do his best at clearing his Swedish teammate as soon as possible. With 4 laps remaining, I think P4 is going to be the best as it gets for Dennis Graf. Should he be able to overtake Miran FG? But it is unclear if Mohamed Patel might be able to get Alfred Klaus actually. So we could see a move there, but there is Milka Singh trying to get past Kai Terezhnia. Terezhnia tries to hold on to that P16 as it's going to be on the outside now. As okay, why are we cutting away? As this is the reason we're cutting away, because Graf is now trying to move Amir Nevji, and I think he is ahead. Is he? Yes, he is. Dennis Graf's up into P4, and Terezhnia was able to hold on to that P16. But Dennis Graf has now cleared his teammate Miran Evji, and that sees the world champion up into 4th place. As Vojta Kulasek is going to try it now on Ruslan Protsiuk on the inside of Stowe. He's tried many moves here. This time it's going to succeed for him. Yes, it is. As Kulasek's now up into P11. So Vojta Kulasek is doing a pretty okay race, despite him having some incidents. He's doing pretty well. But look at that, there's Lavan Sasnishkai. Sasnishkai is now trying in on Joseph Eric Suto. As Sasnishkai is going to go on the outside. Suto skipping over the curb there a bit. But Lavan Sasnishkai is now up into 14th place. So we're seeing a lot of overtakes now. But that sees the Serbian up into 14th. Ahead of his teammate Joseph Eric Suto. So Sasnishkai is going up some places as well. He was P17, is up into P14 now, so he's doing pretty good with 3 laps remaining. But Milka Singh is gonna try to get Kai Terezhnia though, as Mohamed Patel is trying to push to get his teammate Alfred Klaus. He knows that the race win is not in grasp for Klaus, so might as well take the position for himself. As Mandic, unfortunately for him, has not been able to get Franco Gamba. But we are going to see if he is able to. As Mandic closing in on him. Terezhnia trying to hold off Milka Singh. And he's doing that quite well actually. But I think he might still be a bit disappointed with himself finishing P16. Either way, it's going to be an improvement from his starting position. As Singh, the Indian driver, finished runner-up in Formula 2. This man was leading the Formula 2 This man was leading the Formula 2 standings before he made the call to F1. He's still leading the Formula 2 championship even. So if this turns out to be a one-off debut for Terezhnia, he's still gonna come back with a championship lead big enough to maintain that championship lead for a good while, as Tomas Mandic doesn't look to be able to get Franco Gamba. There's 2 laps remaining, so I don't think apologies. I don't think Mandich is going to be able to get him. But Milka Singh has actually got Kai Cherezhnia, but Cherezhnia is going to come back at him into Brooklands on the inside. Will Cherezhnia be able to reclaim that P16? As I don't think he's able to. Cherezhnia is down to P17 now. And I think that might be it for Cherezhnia, because Lewis McIntyre is 24 seconds behind, so I don't know what's going on with Lewis McIntyre, but he's in last place at the moment. Mandich then has caught up to Victor Albom. The two Renaults are driving very, very good races today. Kulasek's gone up a lot of places, and Mandich as well, but could the two Renaults get into the points? We will await and see, as Mandich, he is still trying to get past Franco Gamba, but I don't think he's doing quite enough to get past at the moment. Thomas Mandich then. Another brilliant P8 is going to be for him if he isn't able to get Franco Gamba. Mandich, probably out of all of the rookies, has performed the best. Franco Gamba, P7, trying to get Enis Parachi. He's been stuck behind Parachi the entire race. And Alexander Arnold now starts the final lap. It's gonna be a win, long time coming for him. So he's gonna be quite happy with that, I presume. As here's Wojtek Kulasek. Is he close enough to make the move on Victor Albom? No, he isn't. He's gonna have the final lap to try it now, though. As we can see, Gamba is catching Enis Parachi. But I don't think he's gonna be able to make the move. Enis Parachi is gonna finish P6. That's gonna be his career best performance in the ACOC. As Wojtek Kulasek trying to get Victor Albom, but doesn't seem to be able to. So I think Albom's gonna hold it off in the points. Thomas Mandich not able to get it either. Doesn't look to be able to get Franco Gamba. But where is Alexander Arnold? My question. There he is, heading down the hanging straight. You can just see Alfred Klaus there. He's closed up a bit, but I don't think he's gonna be making any lead moves then. But Alexander Arnold took his first ever pole in Bahrain, couldn't convert that to the win. Took a second pole in France, couldn't convert that to a win either. Third time's the charm, as they say, as Alexander Arnold now has one corner to go. And Alexander Arnold is gonna win the British Grand Prix from pole position. And Alexander Arnold is a race winner in Formula 1. Third time really is the charm for Arnold. Alfred Klaus comes on second. Mohammed Patel, a podium in the home race for the home crowd. The two Ferraris of Groff and FG P4, P5, and Enis Parachi. What a result for him it's going to be. P6, his career best result. Franco Gamba P7, Thomas Mandich P8, Linus Timel P9. Both McLarens in the points once again. Victor Albom is just going to hold off Wojtek Kulasek for P10. So Albom's going to come over points. Kulasek P11. Protsiuk is P12. Scholka P13. Zasnishkai just got Suta there, so he's gonna come home P14 with Suto 15th. But that was a pretty good race, if I have to say so myself. There's Milka Singh. Behind him is Kai Cherezhnia, finishes P17 on his Formula 1 debut. And Lewis McIntyre just coming through Stone now. Unfortunate for McIntyre. As he wants the best to go. There are the fireworks. In the rain for some reason. I don't know why they're there, but I guess they are there as McIntyre now has the final corner to go. And yeah. So there goes the final finisher of this race. So let's go through the final classifications of this race then. Alexander Arnold finally takes a victory in the ACOC with Mercedes. Alfred Klaus second place with Mohamed Patel third. Dennis Graf fourth. He got the fastest lap as well with Miran FG fifth. Ennis Pratchett career best sixth with Franco Gambas P7 and Thomas Manis P8. Linus Timel P9 with Victor Albom in 10th. Kulasek P11, Protsik P12, Balancholga 13th, Lamas Asnishka and Josef Rexuto 14th and 15th, Singh is 16th, Chereshny 17th in his first ever Formula 1 race, McIntyre 18th, and the two non-finishers are Rahel Patel and Jesper Johansson. So that was it for the British Grand Prix. Thank you so much for watching. It was a pretty interesting race. Congratulations to Alexander Arnold on the victory. It's been a long time coming for him. That must feel pretty good for him. So yeah, we will see you. What is it? We'll see you tomorrow. Yes, we will see you tomorrow for IndyCar at Texas. So until then, it is goodbye.